Scoundrels, what is going on? Happy Whiskey Wednesday. I'm coming at you with a bourbon review, and I'm excited about this one because I've heard this is a love-hate relationship with this one. Either you love it or you hate it, is what I posted it on Instagram when I bought the bottle, and people were like, that's the worst bourbon I've ever had. And other people were like, that's a phenomenal product. Goodbye, dude. And then I posted it on a whiskey group, and it was kind of the same thing. People were like, that's hot garbage. And then other people were like, that's phenomenal. As most bourbons, this one just got a little more response than what I was expecting. Okay? And today we will be reviewing Jim Beam Bonded. Yes. I picked this bottle up for a whopping $19.99, or in America we call that $20. Just round up. It's okay. It was like $21 with tax, I think. And there was a ton of bottles on the shelf. So it doesn't seem like this one is very sought after as far as a buy. Now, I really debated whether to buy this one or Devil's Cut, because I've never had either of them. And when I posted this one, they were like, dude, you should have bought Devil's Cut. So I went out and I bought a bottle of Devil's Cut, and that's in my cabinet, and I'm going to be reviewing that here shortly. But we're focused on this. I do like the bottle. I like how it says Bonded right in the front. Big bold letters, you can't miss it. It is a bib bourbon, which means it's regulated by Kentucky. Bottle and Bond, it is 100 proof APV. It's a classy looking bottle. I mean, standard Jim Beam. You know it's a Jim Beam product with this squareness. I do like they have that glass signature right there from James B. Beam right there. On the side of the bottle it says Jim Beam Bonded is pre-prohibition style bourbon with 100 proof flavor and a hint of oak spices, making it the perfect mixer in any classic American cocktail. So they're basically telling you to mix this bourbon, which is really, really bizarre to me. Most of them are like, you're going to have a smooth cowboy feel. Oh, I forgot to do this. Pass check, coin check, rain check. There we go. That's very off-putting that they're just saying, hey, man, this makes a good cocktail right off the legacy. The Bottle and Bond Act of 1897, declared a level playing field for bourbon distillers, one distiller, one distilling season, and 4 years of patience. Our bonded bourbon is a masterclass in skill and expertise, the ultimate test of our trade. Well, that's a weird flex, man. That's a weird flex. It literally says, like, this makes a great mixer. Okay. On the other side of the bottle, it just says, aged in the heart of Kentucky, Jim Beam bottled and Jim Beam bonded. Ugh, I can't talk today. Sorry, folks. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is made for those who take whiskey seriously. It's stamped Bottle and Bond. It's a nice looking bottle. I'm very off-put about how they just like basically told you it's a mixer. So I do like how they give you some flavor profiles, like what to taste for, right? So I'm going to be tasting for a hint of oak spiciness. And that's just basically what it says, oak spiciness. Oh, Jim Beam, you crazy sons of bitches, you. All right, let's open her up here. It's a screw off. Let's get the old sniffer glass here. Crack her open. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Screw this back on now. Up. Find the threading. All right. So it is very fragrant. I can smell it from here. The color on it is pretty phenomenal. Dark caramel, almost like a nice, I mean, yeah, that's about as caramel as you can get. Almost even a darker, has a darker hue to it. Legs, decent, decent. It looks great in the glass, I'm telling you that. The lighting or something on the camera today is very high def. I'm digging that. I accidentally hit a button and it's doing some good stuff. So there it is. Let's give her a smell, even though it's very fragrant. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. So the first thing I get hit with is that like a beautiful vanilla sweetness. Really nice vanilla on the nose here. There's a little bit of like a toffee, like what's the, I'm trying to think of the candy bar with the toffee in it. There's a little bit of rice spice, not a ton, but you do get a little spiciness on it. It does not have the nose of 100 proof bourbon, which is pleasant. Sometimes you get 100 proof bourbon and it just smacks you in the nose with alcohol. Almost like a candied dark cherry. Not the most complex bourbon on the nose, but everything is very, very pleasant. It's very balanced. It's nice. The nose is surprisingly way more enjoyable than I thought it was ever going to be. There's nice toffee in there. That toffee really, really accentuates that vanilla, and they really complement each other. And then you just get hit with a little bit of spice on the back of your sinuses and out your mouth. Good job on the nose there, Jim Beam. Let's give her a taste. Cheers, Tink. It's a little hotter than I expected. Let's get that initial alcohol taste. Ooh, it made my eyes water a little bit. It's all right. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. There it is. Okay. I'm kind of confused compared to the nose and the flavor, because they don't really blend. It doesn't make sense to me what I'm tasting compared to what I get on the nose. It does get off a little warm here. A lot warmer than most 100 proofs, but not in a bad way. Like bourbon drinkers like that. This is right on the cusp for me if I enjoy it or not. I'm kind of being put off by it just a little bit. I'm waiting for my body to get acclimated to this bourbon, to kind of get used to that burning sensation. Let that fizzle out. We're going to go in for another taste here. Okay. First thing I get hit with, the initial thing I get hit with is caramelized sweet corn. Like if you overdo sweet corn, throw some sweet corn on the grill, corn on the cob. My mouth's watering even thinking about it. And it kind of gets that brown caramelization on it. That's what I'm getting the first initial taste. And then it kind of fades out. It's not very complex at all on the palate, which is, it's okay. It's not wonderful. I was expecting with such a pleasant nose to have a little more complexity in the palate. You do get that nice, oh, there it is. So you do get that nice oakiness right across the middle of your tongue. And then it kind of fades off into a nice toffee. Not very predominant as far as... This is confusing bourbon, and I think the label confused me because I'm really confused why they would label this as a mixer. It makes any classic American cocktail, which just basically tells me to mix this, which confuses me when I taste it compared to what I smell. This is a great transition bourbon. I will say that, into between like super budget, which I think that's kind of where I fall in the category of is budget bourbons. I don't really spend much more than like $40 to $50 on a bottle. And it has to be a really good bottle for me to kind of spend that cash. My budget's in that 20 to 30, maybe mid 30 range. That's where I like to find my sweet spot, and that's where I like to do it. So it fits right in there. It does taste higher proof, slightly higher proof than 100 proof to me. The nose is the most pleasant thing about this, which is it's fine, it's good. There's that sweet corn on the palate, caramelized sweet corn. You do get an oakiness across the middle of your tongue. You do get, with that oakiness, you get a wonderful, like smoky vanilla flavor. It's nice. It's really nice. And then it fades off into a toffee. Now I'm going to kind of refresh my little dram here. Because where the kicker is, and where I'm kind of confused with this bourbon, is on the finish. And it transitions back to kind of where the nose was at. And on the finish and the aftertaste, I get caramel, oak, and surprisingly, a lot of spice. And I can't pinpoint that spice. It doesn't really seem like a rye spice to me, but it's just like an allspice in general. Let's just say allspice. So, I don't know if I love it or hate it. I'm very, very on the fence about it. You broke my brain, Jim B. Usually you won't get me to shut the hell up about things like this, but I'm very, very... I'm off-put by it, but I enjoy it in the same way. It's confusing on so many levels. There's times where I take a sip where I love it and I go, wow, there it is. That is delicious. And then there's other times I take a sip that go, boy, just give me standard Jim Beam. And I'm not sure. This was a first impressions video. You obviously saw me open up the bottle. I'm genuinely confused. I don't know what to tell you. Go try it. I don't know what to tell myself. It hits everything I like in a bourbon. It really does. It has a dark candied fruit note, or a dark candied, almost like a black cherry note to it. It hits that vanilla. It hits the toffee. It hits the sweeter flavors that I look for in a bourbon. The caramel on the after finish, the beautiful vanilla and oak right across the middle of the tongue. There's a sweet corn feeling to it. And I can't tell you what I don't like about it, but there's something I don't like about it. There's something that's very, very, about the whole thing. And I can't give you even an analogy to describe it. Uh, will I buy another bottle of it? Maybe. Am I going to drink the rest of this bottle? This might be the bottle I hit the most because it is the most confusing. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on the internet that likes to review things, and mainly it's bourbons and blades and stuff like that. I would like to think that my experience with bourbon, uh, I I kind of know what I'm talking about, and this one might have broke my brain. So I don't know what to say. I honestly don't. It hits all the points. There's something in there that is just not getting it to me. Now that I opened it, I might let it sit for a few days and I might come back to it. This might be my first bottle of bourbon that I ever do 2 reviews on. And there's a good chance that I'm going to do that, and I just might do that. But I'm going to sip this bottle, and I'm going to allow it to manifest my brain. And I'm going to allow it to kind of get in there, get in my palate a little bit. And I might have to go out and taste stuff that I don't normally taste. Leather. Oh. Oh, dudes. Oh my God. Like legit. Dude, there's a leather note that I just got from this. And now I kind of love it. That's what I was missing. It's like wallet leather. And again, I don't know if I love that or hate that. I'm just glad that my brain, my broken brain, my brain damaged pre-concussion brain could finally recognize that. Okay, so you remember when you were a kid and you would grab your dad's big, thick wallet and you kind of screw with it or play with it? You know, it's dad's wallet. And it always smelled of that, like, kind of sweaty leather. That's that note I was missing. There's a leather note in here that is second to none. And now I kind of love it. So there it is. I knew if I kept talking and I would let my brain do its thing and I would kind of let it work its way in there, boom, right there. I can't pinpoint it where it is. It's kind of on the back of the tongue. And when I breathe out and you kind of let it marinate a little bit in your mouth, you get a distinctive, like, used leather smell. There's almost like leather work gloves, man. That's a man thing. Like, oh, fuck yeah, dude. Like, give me a shovel. Goddamn, Jim Beam. Good job. I couldn't think of it, but man, right there. So, yeah, it's good for $20. I've never had a $20 bottle of bourbon break my brain like that. And I'm glad I conquered it because I would have sipped this whole bottle. And there it is. So we got, this is going to be a long review. The nose, just to recap, because it was a long review. The nose, dark candied fruit, vanilla, toffee, spice. That's the nose, man. It's very straightforward. The taste is sweet, caramelized sweet corn. Like on the grill, corn on the cob. Very good. Toffee. And then that beautiful, beautiful used dingy leather. Like, it's not a fresh leather smell. It's like a used leather smell in the best way possible. I kind of love it now that the more I talk about it. I kind of like that. Like leather work gloves. That's what it kind of smells like. Don't think of that as a negative. I'm really, really happy that there's a distinctive flavor in there. And then on the finish, there is a caramel, oak, allspice kind of feel to it. And then it kind of hits you, it lets you sit in that aftertaste of that. Oh man, like that used work leather, son of a bitch, man. Good job. That might be my favorite bottle of Jim Beam I've ever bought. On grounds of just confusion. So confusion. Will I buy it again? Abso-fucking-lutely. My mind's blown right now. Holy smokes. Oh my God. All right. Hey, we're 20 minutes into this. I'm going to be talking about this bourbon for the next week. So you guys have a wonderful day. Go buy this. Enjoy it. I mean, this hits all the palate. If you're a new bourbon drinker or if you're an experienced bourbon drinker, man, this is a well-rounded bourbon. And to be honest, this would be a great transition into premium, super premium bourbons. I mean, we're talking high up there, you know, $50 and over. Buy this. This is a good one. This is a good one. And Jim Beam, you're probably never going to see this. I don't know who's going to see this. Take this mixer crap off the side of your bottle. I mean, yeah, any bourbon can make a great American cocktail mixer, but don't advertise that. You want to drink it straight. Drink it straight. If you like it a little, if you like it neat, drink it neat. If you like it with an ice cube, drink it with an ice cube. But don't advertise to mix it. Why would you do that? But that's my only complaint. You guys have a great day. And this might be my favorite bourbon review ever. The only other bourbon review I can tell that I was this excited about was Weller Antique. Have a good day. I'm cheesing ear to ear. Later.